What's going on, everybody? Non here, and I apologize for no video last night. I was actually working on putting the other financial model for Hasbro, trying to figure out where they're going, where they've come from. It's one of those things where you start reading through the K's and Q's, you learn a lot about the company. You tend to learn how they change their reporting over time. Fortunately, with Hasbro, they've highlighted Magic the Gathering more and more because, quite honestly, it's really the only thing they have left. So at some point, I want to do a video on that, what it looks like, where I think it's going. And then I further started to break down the quarters by how much product, in my best estimation, distributors are getting versus going to big box stores and estimating where the revenues are coming from. And again, it's it's a pretty sizable swag, but it's a lot of legwork. So once I get through there, I'm going to want to read through the earnings call transcripts for the last few quarters and just see if there's any further information. For example, with Magic, how much in sales is digital versus tabletop? How much is U.S. versus overseas? And of that, how much is English versus international language? I don't think international language is a big percentage of Magic at this point at all. Not like Pokemon. So there's a bunch of things that I need to get through, and it's pretty interesting that when you look at the Magic revenue, it is directly related to the number of sets in the quarter, and then the reprints are a little bit of an ancillary item, which is pretty interesting. Now, Q3, they just came out with record numbers. They had the tail end of Final Fantasy. They had Spider-Man, which is a little bit of a scramble, but they reprinted 4 or 5 different Commander displays, and a lot of them plus Bloomborough. Tarkir didn't hit till Q4. Foundations and Bloomborough were the play boxes, I think, that hit early Q3. I'll have to check, but it's a good chunk. So I'm trying to triangulate as much as I can, but it's a pretty heavy lift. So anyway, I want to talk about the market tonight with Scarlet and Violet booster boxes. The market's been in a little bit of a consolidation phase. I think a lot of people don't know what to do with some of these more mature boxes. I mean, obviously, people are still buying Mega Evolutions 1, Mega Evolutions 2, Destined Rivals. But when you go back to the early and mid Scarlet Violet, it doesn't really seem like the world knows what to do. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to map box prices and then the average sales. And it really starts to show how much spend has been reduced. I don't want to say chasing the products that are going to rotate out and the products that are a little bit long in the tooth. But, really the depth of the market at this point from a buy and sell and just a transactional perspective. So this is right here, the change from September 29th through November 4th. So SV base, everything's down pretty substantially. SV base is down 30, Paldea Evolved down 70, Obsidian 35, Paradox down 60. Now, what I will note is this was from a buyout. I think they bought this up to like 350. So that's a little overstated, if you will. Temporal down $5, Twilight down 40, Stellar down 15, Surging 65, Journey 15, and then Destined and Mega obviously down a good amount. And again, Destined is coming off a massive buyout that was up to like $600 in a spike. But what I want to focus on is the average daily sales, and this is the 30-day sales, has really fallen off a cliff. And a year ago, if you would have looked at Sword and Shield box sales, you would have seen something similar to this. And some of the more expensive boxes don't trade every day. They trade every other day, every third day, just based on the total, the value of the item. So we have 2 for SV base, 2 for Paldea Evolved. And here we have the little fake reprint news that hit where some people panicked. That was obviously just straight bullshit. Obsidian, Paradox, Temporal, Twilight, Stellar, all 1 per day. Then Surging's 8, and Surging continues to churn. And I think there's a pretty sizable opportunity here. Journey Together at 5. This really hasn't moved that much. I mean, it's sitting right around where it was at release. Sold down to 200, and it has recovered nicely. Destined at 14 and Mega at 81. But the key takeaway here is we've gone from, in July, which is beginning summer, 41 items per day. And back in May, 91 to 22 sales. And the total sales volume's gone from $21,000 a day to 10,000. Now we're at 6,000. So from the end of September to today, the amount of spend, and again, this is only TCG Player, is down 44.7% across all of Scarlet and Violet. Now, this does not include Destined. It does not include Mega Evolutions. So obviously, some of that spend has migrated from the older sets to the newer sets. So, that's probably a rounding error in the grand scheme of things. But the spend is certainly drying up. People aren't chasing prices at this point. And there's some selling coming into the market, as you would expect. But again, this is a consolidation phase. The market has gone so far. Now, I don't say so far so fast because it has been 15 months now that the market has been marching forward. But it is not unreasonable to expect a breather at this point. And what I have highlighted in green here, these in my opinion, are the best opportunities. SV base at 220 is probably 3 out of 3 here. Paradox Rift is probably the best opportunity at 230. And then Surging Sparks at 240. It's probably right in the middle. And the only reason I say that is SV base and Paradox rotate out in April. So you're looking at 5 months from now, whereas Surging Sparks has a whole other year. So moving to the specialty sets, this is even, I don't want to say alarming, but a little bit more telling as well, because these specialty sets have gone up fairly significantly more than what the booster boxes are, especially with your Paldean Fates, your 151. And Prismatic Evolutions has been a big driver of spend here. And it's kind of all over the board based on what's available out there, what's not available. Was there a recent reprint and drop at Costco or Sam's Club with single ETBs, and everybody and their brother with a no-name seller account dumping in the market? But 151, we're still at $400. This has been extremely resilient. It's actually up $5. This and Shrouded Fable are the only products that are up in the last 6 weeks, 5 weeks. Still 2 selling a day. This has come down a little bit. Paldean Fates is pretty constant, down $34 price wise. But again, this is 293 was at the spike of a buyout. So it's probably at a normalized price ish right now. Shredded $81, 2 per day. This is a sleeper, man. I know people shit all over the set, but this ETB is going to be probably double this price by the end of next year as it starts to rotate out and we don't get any reprints. Prismatic at 131, a little bit of breather here, but there has been a little bit more that's come to market. Down to 16 sell through a day. So I think people are starting to get a little tired of Prismatic. Plus with the price going up, it's kind of whatever. And then Black and White 13 and 15, pretty resilient, $88. So flat for Black and White Flare, you're down $2. So the more telling thing here, and again, a big percentage of this, I believe, this ignores Black and White, is the ebb and flow with Prismatic. So if you go all the way back here, Prismatic was, I believe, lower than it was today. But this was a big hype cycle right after everything dropped in big box stores. 99 per day. Now you're at 22. So you're 22% of the sales back at the end of May. $13,800 down to $4,800. In the last 5 weeks, the spend on these is down almost 60%. Now, granted, a lot of it is Prismatic Evolutions. You're going from 39 to 16. That's kind of the main item there, but it's still a lot of dollars that have been, let's just do this math real quick. So $22,000 in the trailing effective month of September, and then $10,800. So you're basically half the spend this trailing 30 days versus the prior. So again, it's a consolidation phase. I think obviously the newer product is doing extremely well. People are buying it. It's churning. 81 boxes of Mega Evolutions 1, Mega Evolutions 2, the Charizard UPC, all these little EX boxes that, $5 a pack, which is a phenomenal value given today's market. They're all moving. I think it's just some of the investor part of the community is just sitting back and watching, quite honestly, to see what the next leg up is going to be. We have crypto. I think Bitcoin dropped below $100, 100,000 today. So that's going to be part of it as well. And then, the overall economy it's okay. It's not great. The lower end is worse than the rest of it. So all of those things factor into the Pokemon market. It is in desperate need of a breather. It's run very, very far in a fairly long period of time, but it's due for a break. The Pokemon company continues to push out a ton of product, and with these theoretical booster box reprints coming the end of Q1, that I'm pretty sure I reported on first. We'll see. The market has to normalize. We have to get the booster box. Booster boxes at $270 at release. It's not a healthy market. Now, it's great for sellers, such as myself, but it's not great for buyers, and it's not great for long-term health of the business. So there's going to be ebb and flow. Hopefully, they bring enough product in where it smashes the price down, where the artificial middle of scalpers is no longer profitable. We'll get back to normalized supply and demand. Now, the sets that they're going to dump, they're going to be dead money for a while because there's going to be a lot of it out there. But it's going to give us all an opportunity to buy boxes at $90, $95, $100 and just sit on a mass quantity of cases for a couple of years, which is, look, quite honestly, this is what we've been dreaming about since every box that most of us have owned is up 2 to 3x in the last 15 months. So, smile. It's the market's going exactly where most of us thought the market was going to go. Nothing goes up forever, and there's going to be opportunity in the future. So, make sure you have some cash on hand. And, if these products go down and you're holding them, chances are you're already up pretty substantially, so it doesn't really matter. So anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. We do have some Charizard UPCs for sale still. We sold them to subs at $199 each. Limit, I think, 2. And then we sold sealed cases for $999.99. So a little bit of premium on the sealed cases, but they're also not as easy to get. So anyway, if you're interested, we probably have a day left. We have a couple spots left in Elite. So that's it. Have a great night, and we'll talk soon.